Right. We at 7 and we are recording and live streaming. Ready? This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. Notice of this meeting was sent to the Cape May Star and Wade and the Atlantic City Press, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and has remained continuously posted as a required notice under the statute. In addition, a copy of this notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the municipal clerk. We all rise to our flag salute and silence our phones. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonicello,
Here.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Here.
Mayor Sabo.
Here. To my left is our clerk, Teresa Angiano, our solicitor, Frank Ferrato, his associates, Eric Olazama and Joe Serra, also in attendance, and our borough engineer, Anthony Chapman. We're going to start out tonight with our engineers report.
Thank you, Mayor. First up is the 2023 municipal aid project that's reconstruction of Fifth Avenue. We got some comments from DOT and we responded to those and submitted for reimbursement actually today. So,
Could you speak up a little bit?
yeah,
Thank you.
we submitted for final reimbursement today. So, as soon as Lauren gets a check, I will cross this off the list.
Did they finish the spot?
I have not done that yet.
Okay, because they know that's on the punch list and that's gonna get done.
It's, I think there was the transportation alternative set aside application. There was some movement on that one with GPI. NJDOT local aid accepted their preliminary engineering proposal May 16th this year, and now local aid will request authorization or approval from the Federal Highway Administration. The next project is the reconstruction of Morrison Ave. It's the 2024 municipal aid. On the meeting today, there's a resolution to rescind the prior award and go out and back out to rebid. I am standing ready, if that is voted on, to submit to DOT the revised plan, spec, and engineer's estimate package to them as early as tomorrow. And then-
So just to be clear, that's to make sure that more of the grant funds are allocated to pay the
Right.
bills on this project.
The prior one was not going to utilize all the grant funding.
Thank you.
Financial year 2024 USDA, that's for Sixth Avenue. We're also looking at iBank funding there as well. We spoke about that on Monday, and that is on a project list for possible financing. Myrtle Ave sanitary sewer improvements, test pits are actually scheduled for tomorrow. That should just be one day of work so that the contractor can identify any utility conflicts and order all of the stormwater infrastructure or sanitary infrastructure. So the road will be closed for through traffic for a single day tomorrow. And any residents in the area still can obviously have access to their homes. So I'll visit there tomorrow.
Did you get the right of entry agreements with the two?
We have all of them but one right now.
One more.
All this work will be within the right way, so we're not.
So that doesn't matter.
We're not gonna have any private project. And then construction is scheduled for September of 2025. Fourth Avenue and West Drive pump station generators. We are finalizing plans for DEP permit submissions. Actually working on that today. We'll submit for the GP permits, hopefully early next week. West Cape May pedestrian bridge. We held a meeting with the Cape May County Open Space Committee on May 30th. They had some good points, and we talked about a lot of additional stakeholders that might want a say in the project if we were to pursue open space funding. And we also, in conjunction with the open space grant funds, submitted a NJDOT local aid infrastructure fund for the balance of the project, submitted that on June 3rd as well. So hopefully we hear back from them soon.
Yeah, so the hope is for this pedestrian bridges to really, even with having to go to all these stakeholders is there's more of a possibility of notching away the funding for this project and hopefully covering it almost completely.
That's what we're trying to do with all these different grants and additional funds from Cape May City.
So just to be clear, we applied for the local aid for infrastructure fund for this year's remaining money, which ends end of June.
Yeah.
They could give us that, and if not, it's resubmitted for the 2026 cycle.
If and when you hear back and they say, yeah, we need this moved to 2026, I will submit that day. If you get any insight from any of the NJDOT.
Yeah, I mean, I did submit the online thing from municipal
Okay.
government, and hopefully I'll get something back.
For
I can also send,
for his assistance.
Right.
Yeah. NJDOT Municipal Aid 2025, that's First Avenue, Sunset Boulevard grant. The plan specs and estimate have been sent to DOT for review and bidding approval. So as soon as they come back with their comments, we'll get those revised and get a bid schedule to Teresa to confirm with you guys if it works. Anticipate probably a fall construction on that one.
when will the bid go out?
So DOT has 30 days and the clock kind of just started this week. So they'll get back to us in a few weeks, probably in July at this point, probably after 4th of July, to be honest. And then we have to comply with any of the comments that they have, which will take a few days or a week. And then we resubmit that final package for bid concurrence with a bid date. So probably the end of July, early August bid opening. And then, you know, if it gets awarded, and you hold the pre-con, then you have construction. So it's in like September, fall construction timeline.
Thank you.
Financial year 2026 municipal aid, that's the Stevens Street road reconstruction. We talked about reconstructing the road full depth or possibly saving some money doing a mill and overlay. So we're looking at both options here. We're going to submit for that next year, and we're going to take road and course. We'll determine the state of projects at that point. But those application submissions are due July 1st, and I will make that submitted if not late this week, early next week.
And we're gonna look at doing a partial up to west and then doing the whole, how are we gonna enter that? We talked about potentially just doing from Bay Shore to west and then west to Sunset.
As it stands right now, I'm going to scope a mill and overlay 2 inches on,
Okay.
2 inches off, assuming that we have enough depth there and the road is in decent enough condition, all the way from Bay Shore all the way down to Sunset. So I'm gonna do the whole stretch, and then when we get the funding, we can see where we're at, the costs, and we can cut it up between west on either end and phase it that way if funds are.
Yeah.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thanks.
Next up from the work section, we have our old business, our ordinance amending special events. We have our the updated draft ordinance in the packet. Last time we met, there were some new suggestions made by our commissioners. And those revisions have been included here. I think the only missing piece we're looking for is to review and incorporate the application for the use of the volunteer fire company's hall. And so that we can make sure that all the language is consistent and the requirements are consistent with the overriding borough ordinance. So we could work on getting that to us so we can include that and move forward on this ordinance. Please.
As of today, we down to a individual fire service, we have to go through, I guess, the chief back, the applications and the procedures. And you get back when we talk about it, but it's steps, it shouldn't be that complicated.
Thank you so much.
But we don't wanna write the ordinance and then have it.
Yeah.
Look at it, but
Yeah.
thanks, Sheriff.
Alright, another old business, item is our, looking forward towards, some regulations, an ordinance change regarding invasives. We have in your packets, commissioners, we have the, feedback from the environmental commission. We have the feedback that we received from the shade tree commission because, you know, we have a lot of experts on both commissions, thankfully, who can weigh in from a number of different perspectives on invasive species. Also, in the packet is the ordinance, the pending bill in the state legislature that was adopted by the state senate on March 24th, and is now pending in the assembly, that would override municipal ordinances.
That would likely preempt.
Right. It doesn't mean we can't be more specific, or
I'm sorry,
we could still be more specific, or,
I'm not sure the answer to that, but probably not.
okay. So would that mean, so in terms of our enforcement, should we have an ordinance on the books about this?
We have to track where it is in the state legislature, but there's no reason not to go forward with getting an ordinance that you all can live with,
Right.
and have it ready to pass if it turns out that this state bill doesn't go anywhere.
Okay. I actually will be able to get an update of that on Friday. So,
And if anybody wants to look at the bill up on the screen, the number of the bill, the Invasive Species Management Act, you can actually read the whole thing, if you just go to that number, if you're interested in seeing it. The state bill is much more comprehensive than what we had, originally proposed. I went to both the Shade Tree and the Environmental Commission meetings, and they also met, to talk about this. So, as Frank says, we're gonna wait for this bill to see what happens. Carol is going to be up there next week or whatever, and she's going to get an update on that. So we're just kind of on a little bit.
so what was this? Yes, Commissioner Monticello, had shared with us, a desire to discuss, Park Boulevard in House Lane, and, should commence a conversation about, whether it would be a good endeavor to extend that. I don't know if you want to start the conversation, Jen.
Well, we brought it up last meeting, and we had a meeting this week with the engineer, and we brought it up again as well. It looks like we own the property up until a certain point, and then it becomes a lower township. So that will, two municipalities come together, work together, like Stanley's Bridge. Again, and with that, there'll be a little bit of agreement, and more people involved, so it gets a little more complicated, but it could be a very good thing. It could be a great thing, especially if they come out with a new evacuation plan for the OEM and Cape May County, where that would get people out of the county quickly from Park, contiguous to Canning House Lane. So it might get even bigger than we think, but right now the plan was just to open the road. It doesn't exist right now, it's closed, it's a paper street, and hopefully it can get done in the future. Is there a priority and what's some thought right now? We have other things to worry about, but that's something we can look into. Hopefully it can get covered by grants, being two towns and maybe under the evacuation plan. We might not get this thing paid for, but hopefully it's a start.
Jack and I talked about this yesterday or Monday. There's a lot of questions that really have to be answered, and Jack mentioned a couple. County OEM, our OEM, talking about, is this really going to be an excellent evacuation route? We're talking multiple municipalities on the street. If you look up on the chart, we own the yellow, that's from Central up to the railroad. The railroad tracks are not there anymore. It looks like one continuous road if you're on it. But that whole pink part belongs to Lower Township. The green line is the delineation between West Cape May, Lower, and then on the right is actually Cape May. That is Cape May's land there, that they have their water treatment plant there and their maintenance.
So, right, and there's also, if I'm not mistaken, there's a utility easement up on that, right?
Yeah, the other thing we need to check with, there's clearly a utility easement along the yellow part and the pink part. Beyond that, There is a dirt road there, which is the Atlantic City Electric easement all the way out to the canal. I run on that all the time. It runs parallel to the railroad tracks, but it's not a road. It's really not going to be something that we could put a road on. Bicycle and pedestrian safety meetings, we've actually talked about beyond the pink, doing a bike trail, and getting an easement back from the electric company once they put in the new towers that they're going to put in. So the electric company is going to put in those big metal towers that you see on Leaving. They're going to go all the way up Park, they're going to turn the corner and go all the way to the canal. When that happens, I don't know. They haven't given us a definite date, but we've looked at that. So Jack's idea was to actually make it a roadway that we actually could use. And there are some issues. I think that there's a lot of stakeholders. We need to probably talk to Lower Township's police, our police, OEM County, OEM, but from all the local municipalities. I mean, there's a lot of issues. So this is kind of an idea. It's in an idea stage. It's an interesting idea. A lot of things would have to happen for this to occur.
Well, just for the record, the road is on trees. It is actually being used right now. There is a do not hit this sign. It's a private road used by the city of Cape May. So the street's there. We're not talking about knocking trees down and making an easement. It is there, up to the pink, up to the left. It's a matter of who uses it and being paved. As far as the width, the depth, and the length, it's all correct. It meets DOT guidelines. It's all, can be done. It's a matter of just, do you want to use it for that reason or a reason? Right now, the water department uses it as a private road. They leave that to the right where it's pink and yellow, and they come down to the yellow to Park Ave, and they enter the city. All the workers come that way. So they get the convenience of leaving their facility and not dealing with traffic on Broadway. But the rest of the citizens have to go down Park Avenue Central and to the right. So that's right now in the sand. It's not like, again, a wooden road that has to be cleared. And it's a paper street, and it is actually a street cleared and ready to go. Just so it's much easier than it looks. When it's been said, then people think it's a road. It's a dirt road right now.
Is there any other new business to discuss tonight? Okay. This time I'll open for public comment. If there's anyone from the public who would like to make comment on anything discussed during the work session, please come forward. Jackie, just press the button and make it go green, and then your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah,
Press the button, just.
there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Jackie Atkins, 113 Elbridge Avenue. And I just want to thank whoever it was, the Shade Tree Commission, the borough, for doing a very thorough and good job of pruning our trees today. It was much appreciated. And,
Yeah, that
I was going to mention that in my commissioner's report, but for those of you who haven't seen it, the shade tree in our meetings in the last couple of months, we decided that it was important that let's step back for a second. The trees on the street between the curb and the street are owned by the homeowners. We decided that for a matter of safety, we would go into the historic district where most of the trees are in that little section and raise the canopy on the sidewalk to 8 feet and on the street to 16 feet. That is ongoing right now. It's right now we're going from Park Boulevard to Pacific, from Sunset to Leaming. And that it's ongoing, so it should be the next week or two and all should finish.
well, it was a good job and it's going to be gorgeous once it's all done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll make sure I let them know.
Again, anyone want to make comment on anything discussed during the work session?
Ted Lenarski, 109 West Grand Street.
Thanks. Spell your last name,
Sure.
Teresa.
MLYNAR SKI. Great, thanks. So, I guess my first question is, back in March, there was a wetland survey done for the pedestrian bridge proposed on West Grant. Are those results in, and are they available to the?
We did get a survey that showed all the wetlands in the area on both Cape May City side and Westgate Bay side, and provided that information to the DEP, which provided us with guidance on how to permit the project.
Okay, could you share what that guidance was?
There's a couple of general permits that are needed, 3. I don't know them GPs off the top of my head, so we call them general
Yeah.
permits.
13.
But there's a flood hazard area, a freshwater wetlands, and a capital wetlands permits. That specify how wide or how large a path or bridge that you can build in a wetlands is.
That'd be a co-application with Cape May.
We're taking,
We'd be spearheading it, but essentially we're working.
But
with
the actual application, since it spans into 2 municipalities,
It
would
essentially,
it need to be a
the narrative
co-application?
would
Yeah.
list both projects.
yes, but we're taking the lead on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. All right, I guess at this point, as a resident of West Grant, a lot of concerns about safety, pedestrian safety, bike safety. We have a lot of concerns about environmental, wetlands, wildlife. And I just really want to go on record that I'm opposed to the pedestrian bridge at that location. And there's a growing number of my neighbors on both the West Cape May and Cape May side who are, as they learn of the project, against it. And, so, yeah, that's it. That's what I have to say. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else from the public who would like to make comment on the work session? Seeing no one else wishing to speak, I'll close public comment and we'll move on to the regular meeting. In the packet, we have the minutes from the May 28th, 2025 meeting, and I have a motion to approve the minutes, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonicello,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes. We have no ordinances for introduction and publication tonight. Under the resolutions, we have a very important resolution. The first one is Resolution 109-25, the reappointment of municipal clerk Teresa Antiato. I just have something to say for this resolution. This is, obviously, Teresa has fulfilled a 3-year term. She is up for tenure with this reappointment. I can't say enough about how well she serves the borough of West Cape May, keeps us coming along with her diligence and her attention to detail, and juggles a lot of tasks and duties with finesse and accuracy and absolute competence in the job. So I'm thrilled to have this resolution on the agenda because she is invaluable to this borough.
Can I second that?
Yes.
Yeah.
The sentiment, she's a joy to work with.
Yeah.
As a solicitor, I couldn't ask for it.
Yeah.
And I covered that. I work later than 3 o'clock, and more often than not, if I'm messenger at 4 or 5, she gets right back to me and she's still in that office.
Yeah, Teresa's an absolute professional. She keeps us in line. She can answer just about any question we would have in terms of municipal, that we wouldn't know. She's extremely professional. She's always here late, helping us if we need it. In the 3 years I've been here, she's been absolutely great. So I say thank you for that.
And thank you as well to being there working really great job.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 109-25.
I'll second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonicello,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Sabo.
Yes.
Thank you.
To 110-25, approving chapter 159 fiscal year 2025 clean communities. This is an insertion of revenue into the budget. Can I have a motion to approve resolution 110-25.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 110-25.
The second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonicella,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Saba.
Yes. Resolution 111-25, the annual renewal of the liquor license for the year 2025-26, 106 Sunset LLC, ABC license number 0512-44-001-002. Can I have a motion to approve this resolution?
I'll make the motion to approve resolution number 111-25.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonicella,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Saba.
Yes. Resolution 112-25, authorizing the refund of property tax overpayment for Fourth Avenue, Block 60, Lot 1.02. Can I have a motion to approve this resolution?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 112-25.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonicella,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Saba.
Yes. Resolution 113-25, a resolution authorizing the rescission of previous contract award for improvements to Morrison Avenue and subsequent rebidding of the project. I have a motion to approve 113-25.
Before I do that, just to remind, that this is what Tony was referencing when we talked about the Morrison project. This was a situation where the grant money was more than what the bid was, so we're going to extend the amount of paving that's going to be done, so that we can take advantage of the full grant. So that's what this resolution is. I'll make the motion to approve resolution 113-25.
The second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonicella,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Saba.
Yes. And resolution 114-25, approving bill payment.
I'll make a motion to approve 114-25 bill payment.
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Antonicella,
Yay.
Deputy Mayor Dick,
Yes.
Mayor Saba.
Yes. We have no ordinances for second reading and public hearing, and also take it as usual.
Good morning. For the month of May, the police had 102 calls from Westgate, Maine, resulting in 5 arrests, 62 motor vehicle stops, resulting in 27 traffic summonses. For the month of May, that was the month of May. The fire, the volunteers, again, thank God we don't have we're not like other cities, we're very safe in the middle of fires and fire calls, there was no fires report, a bunch of local alarm activations and things of that nature. At this ambulance squad. So we did have multiple ambulance runs from the city of Cape May, professional fire department, and the city of Cape May. We had about, I think it was 13 calls in the ambulance in the city of, from the city of Cape May to West Cape May. Again, we pay for our ambulance calls through the joint fund. EC Commission, attended the meeting. Things are going well, very good organization, the Environmental Commission. A bunch of good people working there, getting along, trying really hard to work on things, keep things safe, great ideas, and concern with the environment. Water levels were, again, with the EB report, I can recall very at a good level. We're not in the drought level, which is great to hear. I mean, some people question, but according to DEP, safe water levels. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Drought as well.
Yeah, trust me.
Drought as well. For my things, I just mentioned when Jackie came up, the shade tree has done a great job with that. They've also done a great job planting trees for us. We had a grant that we were able to get 50 trees from the New Jersey Forestry. And the grant was to plant the trees and then take care of them for a period of time. I think it would build in, remember, it was 2 years?
Yes.
2 years, because what happens a lot of times, people plant trees and then they don't take care of them and then they die. So this grant was great, because they checked on it and they made sure. We lost one tree. We lost one out of the 50. We just got the check for the grant. You can see these trees all over. There's a bunch on Leeming that were planted. There's a bunch in front of the school that were planted. So that was 2 years ago they were planted and they're growing. And the dogwoods that are on Leeming were all flowering this year, which was great. We also planted, I believe, 11 trees for different constituents in their backyards. And these were not small trees. These were 10 footers. I know that Jakowski got a red bud. So next year when we do that, actually we do a fall planting, make sure you get on the list. All you have to do is call Teresa and she'll give you an application and we'll go out and look at it and get you a tree. And they, like I said, Shade Tree does a great job with that. Lanternflies, we talked about lanternflies last week. We are still waiting for a couple of people's signatures. A couple more people have come in. We're gonna have the pesticide people come out to the houses, give us the quote, and then they'll spray. We've also had our public works people go out to some of the smaller locations where we've seen lanternflies on trees. We're trying to get them at the nip stage. If any of you guys see them, please call the office or come to the office, fill out the form. We will send out the public works and actually one of our shade tree people go out. They evaluate whether we can do it on our own or we're gonna need to get professional help. So we have a grant for that. There's a process to follow so that we can get our money back. We don't get it up front. We pay for it and then they reimburse us. So anybody that sees a lanternfly, more than one, please let us know so we can hit the areas that are a problem. And we do know there's 3 major problem areas. If you guys want to know, I think I mentioned it. There's one on 6th Avenue, on a series of lots that have a lot of tree of heavens, which they're very attracted to. And we're trying to get that signature. Carol, could you follow up with the people? And then there's another one spot on 6th Avenue further down toward Bayshore. And then there's one on Stevens, which is, it's actually way behind the person's house. And it's, again, I think he has 8 tree of heavens there. And it's almost automatic, they'll be attracted to that. That's like candy to them. So anybody sees it, please come in.
I did print more of the homemade ingredient
yes,
ones
yeah.
out in the lobby too.
Yeah,
Say
you actually can trick these, using basically Dawn. And you can, and so Dawn's answer everything, but what we're trying to do is kill the nymphs without killing any of the other insects that are valuable for the birds and everything that goes in the trees that are here. So even when we call in the pesticide company, what they do is they spray, it's a little stronger than Dawn, but it evaporates basically in 5 minutes. So if it doesn't kill them in that 5 minutes, it's gone. So in a case where on 6th Avenue, it's likely we'll do 3 treatments over 3 weeks and they'll treat, they'll come back again and treat. And they can kill, I mean, literally 10,000 of them at a time. So.
So the key is to saturate them, right?
Exactly.
Not just a quick spray.
Yeah. So anybody that has that, please let us know.
Right, just a couple of things. I think, when I was down there, the Strawberry Festival was extremely well attended, despite having been moved to the rain date on Sunday. There was a lot of people there, and I think it looked like a great time. So I'm happy that that event is crossed off the list for the year. We're moving on to farm market season. So that our farm market will be starting Tuesday, the 24th, from 3 to 7:30. Music, dinner, please come out and enjoy your neighbor's company, and we'll see you there. Today I just had the honor of attending the inaugural unveiling of the Franklin Street School in Cape May. It was the segregated school in the 1940s. And there was Lieutenant Governor was there and members of the Black Legislative Caucus. But it was the unveiling of the marker where this the Black Heritage Trail begins here in Cape May. I think it's really important that the area recognizes the rich cultural history that our community has contributed, the Black community in this area. And I applaud the city of Cape May for expanding and bringing awareness to the area. So if you haven't been to the new Franklin Street School or the Allen Church, I encourage you to get over there and recognize the rich history of the area. So that was a good day. Okay, so public comment. At this time, I'll open for public comment. If you have anything on your mind, please come forward and state your name and address for the record. Let's see, Chris and then Phil.
Chris Eisenhart, ISENHART, 139 Stimson Lane. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you, Teresa, for sticking with us and always handling everything with kindness and grace. And I don't think many other people could do their job. And I also, as far as the invasives go, I understand that we'll wait and see what happens with the state. We have put a lot of time in individually, the EC and the shade tree, and combined, and have reviewed Cape May Points, Cape May Cities, and Lower Township. So we're really excited to finally get to move forward on this. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Bill, you were next. We're going
Hi, Bill Ettinger, 315 Third Avenue. Just one point, and I know this is after that part of the session, but trees of heaven are on that invasive species list, and we'd like nothing better to do than get rid of them. On behalf of the shade tree, we'd like to thank Teresa Antonato, who has been a valuable resource to us and has a distinct talent for keeping some of us in shade tree in line very fast. So thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. No names mentioned, right, Bill? All right, anyone else have public comment?
Stevens Street. I wanted to just thank you for bringing attention to the spotted lanternfly issue. And I also wanted to let you know that I have seen several of them on Sunset, in the area of Jake's Pizza.
Thank you.
And also, as a resident of West Cape May, I just want to say that Teresa is an absolute delight to work with anytime I need to come in. So thank you. Thank you.
This is good. Anyone else like to make public comment? Seeing no one else wishing to speak, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second motion.
Vote please.
Commissioner Antonitello,
Yeah.
Deputy Mayor Dix,
Yes.
Mayor Faba.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
The big head after tonight.
Moving on.
Hold on.